Hi everyone, I'm Becky.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're doing Bickering Book Reviews. Today we are talking about Together We Caught Fire by Eva V. Gibson, which we got an ARC from Simon & Schuster, and then I also downloaded it. I honestly think I ended up with it from NetGalley and Edelweiss.
Yeah, I requested mine from Edelweiss before we got the ARC. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't mean to take them all. I didn't do it on purpose. I'm sorry.
Well, I requested it, and then it didn't come, and then the ARC came, and then I had requested it, and then they came, and so it was a whole thing.
And I always want to read it physically as opposed to digitally. It just helps my eyes.
I just need the font to be bigger.
I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Honestly,
I like actual books.
If they did ARCs in large print, I would be able to do it. But I just sometimes the ARCs, the print is so small. It gives me I
need the books.
I already have ocular migraines. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, so this book is about Lane Jamison, whose mother died of suicide when she was very small, and her father just recently, now that she's 17, got remarried. Like, they've been living alone by themselves, and then he meets this woman, they fall in love, they get married, everything was great and happy, except new stepmom's son is Gray, who Lane has had a crush on for like 4 years. And so now they're in this like house together, and she's like interacting with this boy that she has like been in love with forever. And he has this perfect girlfriend named Sadie, who is they're in North Carolina, and she's being raised by a very strict
fundamentalist.
Was he a reverend or was he? He
had
like a public thing. Yeah, he had like a public access show.
Fundamentalist Christians.
Yes. And so through this interaction, so Sadie's like, guess what? We're friends now. And Lane's like, I can't say no, but okay. So she's interacting with, she's got this boy she's in love with. His girlfriend, who he's like she's got a promise ring. They're planning on marriage. And then out of nowhere, Sadie's brother, who had been thrown out of his family's house when he was 15 and lived on the streets and is now an artist, named Connor, Lane starts interacting with. And Connor and Lane spend more time together, and like there's feelings, but she's still in love with Gray, and then there's the dynamic in the house, and then issues with Sadie, and it just kind of goes from there. I don't want to give anything away.
I think that's fair. So I think that this author touches on a lot of unique things that we don't see in other books.
Right.
Like, the thing that first comes to mind is the fact that Gray and his family, and their family, are pagan.
They are.
Lane was allowed to kind of choose her own path, and she hasn't really found one that's spoken to her yet. But I think it's interesting to see kind of how, not only how people practice paganism and as a religion, but also kind of to see that as obviously a fundamentalist Christian, well, not obviously, but fundamentalist Christian raising going on with Sadie really kind of pushes back against that. And I feel like you don't see that kind of dynamic between, well, no, you need to be my religion, but seeing it on the other end with paganism. Like, I feel like I haven't seen that before.
Well, and it wasn't, like, usually, because paganism is very much about love and acceptance and, like, about nature and stuff. And usually when people say paganism, they mean something else. And I feel like she did a very honest representation of paganism. Like, they go to a holiday event, and it's about with nature and your family and love and all that. She also really touched on homelessness in a way that you don't normally see in YA books, which I thought was well done. And I liked there's touching on like...
So when to me, I feel like the homelessness was really kind of...
I mean, it was like a secondary, yeah.
I'm thinking more about, like, the unique part was that, I'm going to say it, her periods, like, were not great. Like, she, like, vomiting, I think there were migraines involved. There was a lot of pain going on, and it just didn't sound right. And I'm like, get this girl to a doctor.
Which is what her stepmom says.
And, like, but then she, like, didn't. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I medically want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
What is this?
Well, she even said that she had been diagnosed and it was the same thing her mom had.
Right, but there's got to be some, like, right? Like, there's got to be more to that story. But it was also kind of weird because that's how I told time through the book. Oh. She'd talk about it, and I'm like, oh, so we're in a new month.
I didn't even think about that.
Because it derailed her life.
But that's what she was experiencing. And you know what, now that you say that, I honestly didn't think anything of it, but no, you don't usually see that in YA books.
Oh, heck no. I'm sorry, I've never tracked the timeline by a period before in a book. No. So that was unique. But I think it's definitely something that we need to talk about.
Well, and I think that if you figure teenage girls are going to be the ones that want to read this book, like, that is something that they're experiencing, sometimes for the first time, and it does hurt.
Well, and if it hurts like that, maybe you need to talk to somebody.
Right.
Like, let's talk about some issues. Like, obviously people have those kind of issues.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to go down that route.
Well, no, but this book had a lot of drama, and I kind of, like, got sucked into it, and I was, like, all in, because, like Connor's got this complicated past, and then Lane still has, like, feelings for Gray, but he's engaged to Sadie. But then does he want to go away to school? And is this how the family's going to fit together? And I, like, the author, this is her first book, and, like, a lot of her writing felt very fragmented, and I think it would have bugged me, but I was so all into the drama. Like, I really got sucked in.
There was a lot of emotions going on, a lot of, like, looks across the room, and the way it kind of developed, it didn't turn into the catty, like, jealous stuff. It felt more kind of well-rounded and realistic.
It felt organic.
That's a better word for it.
Like, it didn't feel like a melodrama. It felt like, well, I could see this happening.
And, like, you told me this is how it was, and it's not, I'm sorry that I feel this way now, but you said from the beginning, trying to be very vague in that regard. But my thing is, like, I just needed more action, because a lot of it was looks across the room, and it was, like, a lot of time spent up in headspace.
See, and I was totally
and not a lot of time spent, like, moving.
I was all in. I was
so. I mean, it was good. It was good, and I'm going to recommend it. And I think it's interesting. It's unique. It's fresh. Like,
it's her first book. I'm excited to see what else she can write.
And I will definitely read more by her. I just want, like, I just think there's more. Like, I think there's potential for growth, I guess.
So we should rate it.
Okay.
Our rating system starts at the top with 5 unicorns, but down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
I'm at 3 unicorns.
I'm at a 4. I was sucked in. I was like.
When it was
over, I was like,
she couldn't stop talking about it.
Like,
she couldn't.
I was like, it's so intense.
And I'm like, this is good, but it's not like email me every few days good. Like,
no, but there's
like all of your emails were like, this is the best book ever.
I didn't say like that. I think I kept using the word intense, because, like, no, but there's talking about, like, cutting and how cutting, and I was like, oh, but yeah.
I expected a Sean David Hutchison brave face book when I came in, and I'm like, no, this isn't that. Because the way you describe this book is very similar to how you describe that book.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
So that is where we are on Together We Caught Fire, and we'll see you around.
See ya.
Bye.